Okay, all I did on the previous page was hit continue, and it takes me to the spot where I create the actual ad. So I usually wait till the end to name it. So usually I pick my Facebook page and then my Instagram page. Although note, if you are doing a video ad and it's longer than a certain amount, it won't show on Instagram because of Instagram's video length requirements. So what I'm going to do is you can do a single image or video, a carousel, which could include images and video, or a collection. So a collection kind of looks like a full ad experience. So it kind of like opens up like a mini landing page. I'm not necessarily going to use that here. So let's just stick with a single image or video for now. If it's an image, I can browse my library and see what I have here. Take a second to load. So you can load things from your page. Let's see, I want to just grab something random here. Here, this one. There we go. This is a meme ad that I made a while ago. So it's just one image. You'll see here a preview of how it looks. Text, this is where your text goes. This is where your ad copy goes. And you can put emojis here as well. You just have to copy them over from a web page. So if you just Google like emoji library or something, you'll find one, and then you can copy and paste the emojis that you want there. Website URL, so if I'm doing my website, there, headline is what goes down here. So this is your headline. The call to action, it can be a number of things, whatever you think is appropriate depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Like if it's like read a blog post, you can say learn more. If you're wanting people to contact you, you can say contact us, and so on. Display link, this is just how this link is displayed on the ad. So if you have like particular tracking link set up and it's like a big long messy link, you don't necessarily want to show that there because it doesn't look as nice. Well, it's not a huge deal. So if you want a display link to look nicer, you can. Newsfeed link description, this is what goes down here, and you say a short description. There. And it'll update continuously. Facebook Pixel, if you're tracking your traffic, you want to be using that. Usually just leave it on. If you don't have a pixel set up or don't know what it is, we will be covering that later, as well as retargeting. So if I want, and then this is for a website, if you were doing like a minis event that you had made on Facebook, you could promote the event. I'm just going to show you what a carousel looks like. So obviously you can choose whichever images. So I want to choose, let's see, this image of me talking for the first one, and you can have a different headline and description and call to action for each one. 2, you can remove some and add more, and so on. So select image. Let's see, let's do that one. Yay. Image 2. And then here you can look through and see a preview of what the ad looks like on all of these different placement options. And then each one has its own URL as well. So from there, let's do a collection. Let's see what that looks like. So there's a few options, and this keeps changing quite a bit as well as they make new templates. So let's use this template. Header, you can use a header, and then it'll obviously show you what it looks like as you make adjustments. Some of these things may not be appropriate because they're obviously trying to sell clothing, so it's not really as appropriate for you as a wedding photographer or as a photographer. So maybe like try the different template options that they have. And obviously just mess around with it. Add things, take things out, change the text, see what it looks like until it looks like how you want it to look. And you can build a custom one if you want. I've never done that before, but you can add components then there to kind of create your own lineup. what is nice about it is that when people click on the ad, it'll open up kind of like this mini landing page, which is kind of nice. So it's definitely something you could test against other ad type formats. But for the most part, that's really it. Actually putting together the ad is one of the simpler parts to it as far as actually how it's done. The difficult part is more like figuring out the best images to use, the best ad copy, and that's the difficult part of ads, of creating the actual ad part, although that's not something that I'm going to cover here because that's just far more extensive than I want to get into. And then of course when you're done, name it ad, so I'm going to name it test ad. And when you're done with it all, obviously mine's blank because I'm not actually creating one. You would confirm, and then it would go into a review process. And then when it's done getting reviewed, it'll say your ad is approved or it's not approved. And if it's not approved, check out and see why. Sometimes I've had ads not approved, and then I went in and didn't change anything and submitted it again, and then it was approved. It's kind of a crap shot. Some things will be approved one day and some things won't, even if it's the same thing. It's all run by the system, and sometimes the system flags it and sometimes it doesn't. So if it's not approved and it gives you a specific reason, try your best to mitigate whatever that is, and that'll improve your chances of having it approved. So anyways, that's the basics of how to actually set up the ads and the actual mechanics of it. So next in this video series, we'll be discussing the pixel and what it is and how to use it.